roar, growl, snarl, bellow. Welcome to Paleobites, the podcast that's digging up laughs like a politician, like a paleontologist digging up fossils. And like most paleontological expeditions, and I guess most political expeditions, it comes up empty.
Oh, that's gold. Digging up laughs like most politicians.
Yeah, which
there are some funny ones out there.
Some of them try to be. And we're like, shut up. Well, wait, who's a funny politician?
They don't mean to be funny. They make me laugh because they're so
laughing
ignorant.
At them.
Yes.
I think Obama could be a little funny sometimes.
Yeah, he was.
He had a good sense of humor.
And then I think Joe Biden's funny in a sense, like he doesn't try to be, he just is because
he's a meme. He's dark Brandon.
He's very memeable.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
there's a context there.
Yeah. My name is Matthew Dahl, and each week I and a rotating series of guest co-hosts talk about and rate a genus of prehistoric animal, be it dinosaur, mammal, arthropod, and so on. This week I'm joined by someone who is very funny, Lexi Ryan.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty funny, I guess.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't think I'm that funny, but I try.
Yeah, you're funny.
Oh, you think? Oh, that's good. Like there's some. Oh, okay, you're sounding a bit like the Joker in Dark Knight. It's like ha ha ha
ha. It sounds like Squidward.
It's just
yeah.
Well, we all relate to Squidward as we get older.
Well, the Squidward where he gets burned, like firmly grasp it. That one where he's catching jellyfish and they've got this, the jellyfish nets, and Squidward has been hurt, so he has to get a jam through, and he's all bandaged up anyway, and he's going home and he's laughing. You haven't seen this at all?
No, I haven't seen that one particular. My favorite one that I've seen is the Graveyard Shift episode.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Nosferatu.
And his walls would ooze green slime. No, wait. They always do that.
Slasher.
Oh, sure.
Or whatever it is. The hack
slinging, thinging.
Yeah. So, anyways. So, speaking of something that's decidedly not funny, I can see this guy not making good jokes. Appalachiosaurus. Type is a tyrannosaurian theropod, a group of meat-eating dinosaurs that includes T-Rex as well as Albertosaurus, Daspletosaurus, Nanuqsaurus, and the ostentatiously named Dynamo Terror.
Dynamo Terror.
That's a species.
I have an overall dinosaur question. I almost ask one of these every time because I like to learn.
Yes, as you should.
So
that's the whole point of the show, and to laugh.
Excellent. Well, because I'm sure a lot of people have this question. So if it's an egg,
yes,
what kind of? And I eat eggs. What is that?
Wait, what?
No, I mean like if I'm a dinosaur and there's an egg, and I know it started.
Yeah, I'm very confused.
Let's scratch it. Let's start again.
Start from the beginning here.
I'm a dinosaur.
Yes.
I eat meat.
Yes.
But I also eat eggs.
Yes.
Or I eat plants, but I also eat eggs.
Well, it depends on.
Do eggs fall under the meat category, or is it like they do?
Well, okay, that's actually a good point because some herbivorous dinosaurs do occasionally eat eggs because of the calcium.
Do we refer to them as herbivores then?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's like we have evidence of some herbivorous dinosaurs that when they lay a bunch of eggs, and some of them might not hatch. Like either the yolk doesn't develop or just baby, and the mothers just eat them just to recycle the nutrients.
That makes sense.
So,
yeah.
Like, even though they're not meat eating, but no, egg eating specifically is considered a meat.
Are there dinosaurs that eat like only fish and plants? Like how we diet as humans.
Dinochirus is probably the closest there. That's a big camel-like looking ornithomimid that it has evidence that eats both plants and fish. So
okay. All right.
Most of the ones that eat fish have really long snouts, like crocodiles,
like
Spinosaurus.
It's easier, yeah.
Yeah, having a long snout is better for eating fish. Even bears have longer snouts than most.
Okay.
So yeah.
But this one
just ate meat.
Yes. No eggs, probably.
No, well, it could
maybe.
Have. It was an opportunist. If there were some eggs just sitting around and it was hungry and their mother wasn't there, I would eat them.
Yeah.
So
some nice balut. I don't know if you know what balut is.
No, is it some sort of nutrient?
Get ready. Put your pants on. Oh, all right. It is
My pants are already on.
That's true. Let's clarify.
I'm not Winnie the Poohing this.
It is a balut. It's a national dish of the Philippines, and it is a fertilized duck egg.
Fertilized.
Oh
no.
So and it also comes in different stages, so you can get it when it's more developed. And
why would you want
my Filipino
that?
friend, when I worked with this woman, Fran, she was once like, "Oh, it's really good, but I don't like it when you can feel the feathers on the way down."
I prefer my meat to look as much like the animal it is as possible. Because sometimes I see like like the heads, like rabbit heads with like breading on them or something. And it's like, no,
that didn't bother me.
Yeah, no, it bothers me. I'm like, I don't like the thing.
It should probably bother me. It should.
Well, you're a foodie, so like you're used to it. I guess it's just
but being close to food, the older I get, the more I feel bad about killing lobsters. And I started using the word killing. I don't say eating anymore. I'm killing them.
You are killing lobsters.
I'm killing them.
Yeah.
No, I'm boiling them, which is even meaner.
That is, I don't
I'm
like
steaming them. I'm steaming them.
Okay,
so I'm on my, I'm not going to.
What is that episode of Parks and Rec? Like, this is Tom. Get to know Tom.
Yeah, the pig.
The pig. Yeah.
Where he goes, I know he names him Tom, and then he's like,
we're gonna eat him.
And they're like, this is Tom, and they're like, oh, well, he does smell really good, and they eat him anyway. But
wait, did they eat him at the end of that episode? I forgot.
Yeah, he got the very end, like end scene is him. He like makes ribs. He's like Tom, and he puts down a huge plate of ribs. Oh, and everyone's disgusted, and they go, that does smell kind of good, and then they all eat it.
Poor Tom. Look, at that point, you might as well eat it. He gave his life for
that's what I'm saying.
The cause.
Don't be wasteful.
Yeah, exactly. So
but anyway, okay.
So, but no, I learned recently there is a type of egg called unlaid eggs that you can have, and what's the point of that?
What do you mean?
It was a dish.
Are these fertilized, but they didn't like?
They got them from inside the mother chicken. Like,
why?
I don't know. How? But it was a ingredient on Chopped at one point I saw, specifically unlaid eggs.
Googling.
Yeah, and that's like, there is no reason to do that. Surely the taste difference between an unlaid egg and a leg egg is the point.
I'm curious, is the mom alive?
I'm assuming not. I'm assuming they kill the mother
to get this egg?
To get these eggs from within her.
This is upset.
Yeah. Once I heard about that, I'm like, I could never be a foodie.
Wow. Interesting. It's in Japanese and Jewish cuisine.
Unlaid eggs.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to read more about that later, but that's crazy. An unlaid egg is one still inside the bird. That is crazy. I never knew there. And I love that it goes on to specify an outside egg is laid out outside the bird. Thank you. I did gather.
Well, okay. Laid outside
you just call
the bird.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a bit weird for me too, because I'm like, is it laid in a complete separate part from the bird? No, it's from inside the bird onto outside the bird. It's not all.
My mind is blown.
Yeah.
Okay. Anywys, and this guy would eat all the eggs. Doesn't matter. Inside, outside.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just chomp chomp. Anyways, size. Only a juvenile skeleton has been found so far, which measures at 21 feet, so 6.5 meters long, and 1,000 pounds or 600 kilograms. So
I have another question.
Yes.
So, and I may have asked this before. How do they know when they find these that it's a juvenile?
The sort of like trees, the rings on the bone.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
Oh my God.
So, really I forgot to mention this in the Appalachiosaurus episode. One of the things that's known so well about it is that we actually know how old its longevity, because they all stop. It's like they never reach more than 11 years whenever we found them.
Interesting.
So we think that's the maximum lifespan of them.
Huh.
And for this one, Anna, 11 years seems short to me, because again, sort of like talking about crocodiles and birds, which are the two closest living relatives of modern dinosaurs, they both live a long time. So why didn't some dinosaurs live a long time? I don't know. Like, I always thought, like, some
eating too many eggs.
Like, I would have thought it'd be cool if like a T-Rex lived like 100 or 200 years or something, like a turtle.
If it moved that slow,
I guess that's true. Turtles kind of not really expending much energy. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, Appalachiosaurus. So that's the juvenile, and the adult version was probably a lot bigger. Let's take a punt and say it was 31 feet, so that's 9.5 meters long and 1 to 2 tons. I think that sounds right. That's the vibe I get from this guy. Diet's carnivore. Like I said, eggs, probably eggs. I mean, it ate more than just eggs. We don't have edits for eating eggs, but if eggs were there, it would eat them.
I think there's a name for that.
Yes, it's ovivore.
Ovivore.
Yeah. You know, oviraptor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was called that because we used to think it just ate
mainly eggs. Yeah.
I also learned recently of there's a type of genus, or just a group called Oo genus or Oo taxa. Mm-hmm. Just OO. Like a orangutan, like ooh.
Okay.
It's called that. That's when we know a genus specifically or only from its eggs. Usually we find more of it later, but occasionally we find the egg and we have no idea what it's on. So when we assign the name of the paper, it's like, this is the Oo taxa.
Weird.
There's a relative of Oviraptor called Gigantoraptor that for a while we knew of just its eggs, and had like a weird sort of separate name when it was an Oo taxa. So
We've talked so much about eggs. I'm learning so much about eggs and dinosaurs today.
Does this make you hungry for eggs?
I can't have eggs.
Oh, no. Okay, so we should stop talking about eggs.
I miss them so much.
They're all right. I like cheese more than eggs.
You can have cheese and eggs together, my friend. Have you ever had a Scotch egg?
No.
The next time you go to the Colorado Renaissance Festival.
Okay.
Scotch egg.
Okay.
Have you ever had a biscuit breakfast sandwich from McDonald's?
Yes, I love those.
Tastes like that.
That sounds delicious.
So it's a hard-boiled egg.
Okay.
But it's wrapped in sausage, like breakfast sausage, right? And then it's rolled in breadcrumbs and deep fried.
Okay, I'm going to
and
Renaissance.
It's really good.
I was going to go to the Renaissance Fair anyways after I've learned recently, like, I saw the clips of, like, was it always this horny? Or did I just...
the people who go there?
Yeah, the people
Yeah, no, it is.
I was like, when I went there as a kid, I do not remember being this horny.
No,
I guess I wasn't paying
people,
attention.
like, horny as in, like, dinosaurs or horny as in, like, damn?
Well, in the Renaissance Fair, I'm more like, damn. Sort of. I haven't seen any dinosaurs in the Renaissance
definitely,
Fair.
Well, there are people who wear horns there. That's why I was asking.
True,
There are people who like dress up with horns.
Yeah, but no.
So I was like, which kind?
Maids pouring mead down people's throats.
So that is not something Colorado does.
Okay, that's
that is other.
That's
festivals.
a shame. I mean, wait, no, that's good.
that's other festivals. But
okay.
No, but the vibe is still. I'll put it this way. It's a very free people. There's a lot of like normal families who go, but the people who are like dressing up, people who. That's their culture.
Right.
It's a very free and open environment. So there is some level of like sexualness to that.
Well, yeah, it's like, well, on one hand, I get it. It's like, oh, if you're wearing a corset or whatever, like that kind of fits the theme. But then, like, I'm just a fairy in a bikini. I'm like, okay, I guess that also is medieval.
I haven't seen that yet, but it would not surprise me at all.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Anyway, so I talked about the Ren Fair a couple times on this show.
Because it's amazing, although it's a festival.
Yeah. Ren Festival, my apologies.
Yeah.
That's the part you think that's the part I've struggled with would be Renaissance because I've tried to spell that so many times.
I know
it's one of those words.
It's the I is in the ass.
The I's and the A's. It's just all in this.
Yeah, no, but it's Ren, and then the I is in the ass.
Okay, Ren.
A-I.
A-I-S-S A-N-C-E. C-E. Yes, yeah. Okay, good to know. The I's in the ass,
Ren,
as it should be. Anyway, so
yeah.
Anyway,
so the A is in the ass. Try that out.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Wait, the A's in the ass.
The I is in the ass.
The I is in
the
ass. Okay. All right. So, diet carnivore, time Late Cretaceous, 78 to 77 million years ago. Location, Alabama, making it one of the only dinosaurs found in this region. The Appalachian continent is poorly known, guys.
Well, maybe that's why it died. I'm sorry.
It was so lonely.
Honestly, I've never been to Alabama.
Let's keep it that way. From what I've heard.
No, I don't know. In terms
Mobile is kind of fun.
In terms of food, there's part of me that'd be really interested. I have a desire to go to every state. I don't know when exactly.
My dad has been to every state except for two. Montana, and thankfully they're right next to each other, so we can do a road trip.
I would just like to see it.
Montana and North Dakota are the two my dad have never been to.
I've probably been to like 3/4, but
I've been to about half. So yeah, I was born in.
Get out there and see your country.
Yeah, I suppose.
I've never been to Hawaii.
I've been to Hawaii twice.
I know you have. Yeah.
Once a long time ago as a kid, and then once recently. Well, recently in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Described in 2005, pop culture appearances. Apparently, they're one of the Phantosaurs in Scooby-Doo: Legend of the Phantosaur, a direct-to-video movie. Well, as someone who hasn't seen that, I'm calling BS. Although that'd be cool, I guess. It's also mentioned in Jurassic World: The Game, but not actually in the game itself. So, what an esteemed collection of appearances. This guy, as the name suggests, was from the eastern part of North America, the Appalachian sort of side.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the Cretaceous period, North America was split in two by the Western Interior Seaway, where all the mosasaurs lived. So, the part that you like the most.
Lovely. My favorite place. My favorite thing in my favorite place.
Yeah, sea levels were risen. That's why you find mosasaur fossils in Kansas, because it was underwater at the time.
I was born in Kansas. Are you shitting me?
Yeah, you were born in the same place mosasaurs used to. It's like you were
honestly,
destined for them.
That gave me chills just now. That friggin', I don't know. Well,
you and mosasaurs
the other day I wanted to be scared, and I just was not getting any scary. I love to be scared from scary movies.
Yes.
And I had the thought, like, maybe I'll put on like no, you can't do and then like I watched the trailer and I was like, no.
Watch Jurassic World again or something.
No. Even that clip I don't see.
I remember when we first watched the second one, we were in the submarine.
It's realistic. I know not a mosasaur, but sharks are there. Like it's not unheard of versus a scary movie when there's like, I don't know.
Like 2012.
Or even like something more like that's, I don't believe in, like some of like the like crazy, Smile, like the possessed child crawling on, which one's more probable? Like there's actually.
Well, there's not a megalodon
but there's a fact. There's many sharks there.
There are many sharks.
Many sharks and other things we have no idea about. As Megan Thee Stallion said, that's monster soup.
I guess that's true.
Monster soup. It is true.
Well, I'll get more into that later, unfortunately. Here we go. So, okay, so here's the thing. The western side of this continent is called Laramidia, and almost every Cretaceous dinosaur we know from North America is from there. It is very well preserved, like T-Rex, Triceratops, Dromaeosaur, Lambeosaur, Parasaurolophus, Pachycephalosaurus, Edmontosaurus, all the Cretaceous dinosaurs that you obviously know. You know all of those. So they're all from Laramidia. Appalachia is very poorly known. One of the reasons why is because a lot of the sediments there were wiped clean by glaciation from the Ice Age. So, like, when a dinosaur was fossilized, I mean, this may seem obvious when you think about it, but some people don't really think about it. It has to survive all that time. Yeah. So there could be fossils that were there, but then got destroyed later. So they didn't make it to now. Like, can you imagine how many dinosaur fossils there must have been in Mexico that got blown up when the meteor hit? So that we'll never know about. Mm-hmm. So, and same with, so the Ice Age withered away a lot of the rock that was on that side with the glaciation. And so we don't have a lot. And what we do have is often from what's called those pelagic sediments, which are sediments that were formed on the ocean floor, far away from the land. Okay. And so what must have happened, because we found this in chalk fields.
Chalk comes from the ocean?
Yes.
Ew.
It's a limestone. And also here's a fun fact I learned recently. Chalk is so common in Cretaceous marine beds that the word Cretaceous comes from chalk. Creta, like for Cretaceous, is Latin for chalk.
I have sensory issues with chalk.
Oh, yeah? I don't like drawing on it and on the boards.
Even as you saying that, like the boards, the chalk itself.
Nope.
The feeling of dust on my hands.
At first I was like, oh, I don't mind with the birds eating it, but like, no, that's clay I'm thinking of. Yes. Nope. So chalk.
So already spooky, already not good. No monsters yet, but
what happened with Appalachia? So what happens is it must have died in a river and its body got drifted into the ocean. And so if it had died and it stayed in the river, it wouldn't have been preserved to now because that area got withered away. But since it got to the ocean.
Moving water.
Yeah, moving water. And then so its body went into the ocean and then got preserved in the chalk. That's why it survived up till now. And that is why this area, it's the only dinosaur known for its formation. So its relationships to other dinosaurs isn't really known, other than the fact that it hunted them, of course. And as we can say, hunted eggs. Or not hunted eggs. It's easy to hunt. Just ate eggs. But lucky for you, since it's chalk and it's a lot of different sea creatures, there are, how many species of mosasaur? Seven different mosasaur species are from this area. Two of them we've talked about in the show, mosasaur and prognathodon. So
I remember both of those.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you remember the review?
Prognathodon, that was one we did.
Yes.
Yeah.
We also did mosasaurus, but that was a long time ago.
We did?
Yeah, a long time ago. So there's other ones too, like Tylosaurus. That one we have not done yet, and I could make you do it, or I could just not. I just know it bothers you, and I'm a bit of a troll myself.
It does bother me.
Tylosaurus is the one that Orm rode in the bad guy in Aquaman rode.
See, I guarantee you, if you asked me to do this on like a boat in the middle of the ocean with you, hell no.
Have you ever you I can't see you on the boat in the ocean. You'd just be like,
I think I probably could. I think I would probably need to take some Xanax.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting in the water.
No. So like a cruise ship.
And how middle are we talking?
What do you mean middle?
Middle of the ocean? Like how middle? Like, it depends. I want to know how many miles.
Point Nemo, the farthest point of anywhere in the world.
Like, absolutely not. Yeah.
You know Point Nemo?
No, but now I know what it is, and I don't want to ever go there.
It's the farthest point from any land. It's in the middle of the South Pacific.
Yeah, so I figured it was down there.
So it's like, if you look at it from a globe, it's like the globe is basically empty. It's like that side of the Earth is almost completely water. So. And that place is, well, the good news for that there is that it's so far away from it's actually the nutrients there are very poor. This also makes it a little bit scarier in a different way. There's hardly any life there either. Yeah, well, it could be way down there. Well, that's where Cthulhu,
we can't even go. No.
That's where apparently his books, he played around that area.
Because that's true. And also, we can't explain the DNA of octopi. Can we just talk about that for a second?
That's a thing. That's not true.
I saw it on a History Channel show.
Oh, well, that must make it accurate then.
I thought it was History Channel source material.
Also have Ancient Aliens on History Channel?
Maybe, but this wasn't that.
Okay. Well, I don't.
This was talking about something in a museum.
Octopi, we know the evolution of.
Okay.
So we're good. You're good.
Well, never mind. It's not an alien.
The whole fact of them being alien. I mean, that's fun. It's a fun idea, but it's.
I was told there's like a gap in the genetic sequence.
Maybe there might be, but that's true.
That can only
that's true of any group.
Well, the theory, the scientific theory they talk about on the show and stuff is that there might be DNA that came from an asteroid.
Well, to be fair, I think that's true of all life. Because
well, there you go.
Because we some people theorize that the chemicals that were required to make life came from space when the Earth was formed. They were like either little bacteria themselves or little chemicals needed that combined with the chemicals on here to make bacteria collide with the Earth.
Oh, okay.
So life didn't actually maybe initially form on Earth is the theory. So
very cool. We're all aliens, guys.
We're all aliens.
All of us.
Well, yeah, in a way, yes.
Yeah.
And we're all on this floating rock in the middle of space.
It's crazy traveling thousands and thousands of miles an hour. Right?
Yeah, basically. If you ever look at the pale blue dot and think, yeah, I'm on there.
Yeah.
Pretty deep.
Anyways,
that's what scares me. It's not thalassophobia. It's just the emptiness of space.
The emptiness of time and space.
Yeah, it's just eventually it's all going to end.
We'll be gone long before then because we're going to live on Mars.
Yeah, but eventually Mars is going to go.
We're not going to live on Mars. I'm not.
Also, Elon Musk wants to go on Mars, which makes me not want to.
Yeah, I don't want to go there either. Well, he can go. He can get in a rocket. And he can go by himself.
Well, and also I heard that the problem with Mars bases is the radiation there is so intense that you can't even have windows. So I'm like, at that point, I might as well just be on a submarine.
Right.
How am I supposed to know I'm on Mars if I can't even look outside and see the Martian landscape? Like
wild.
Yeah. What's the point? I'm just in a box.
To make it all artificial. I don't know. I've seen that episode of Doctor Who where a human base is established on Mars. It does not go well.
No. I mean, it could maybe eventually. They're thinking about doing it on the moon.
But there ends up being, it's actually a really cool episode. Season 4, episode 10, Waters of Mars. So good.
Yeah, they're planning moon bases now on the southern pole, and they're planning a certain thing. And this is what this scares me, even though I know logically there's nothing there. But there are craters with like holes and caves that they're like on the southern pole of the moon that they're going to put the base in because like it's just natural shading. I'm like, but what if there's something in there?
Well, so like the thing with Doctor Who is like they've established this colony. It's been a few years, and the Doctor shows up and he knows that this is a time in history that's popularized. It's 2059. The spaceship detonated on Mars.
69 years old. Well, 68 years old. Sorry.
The spaceship detonated on Mars, or like their home habitat.
Yeah.
And the spaceship, and no one knew why. Everyone on Earth was just like, "Oh, it's such a tragedy."
Yeah.
And so the Doctor gets there on that day, and he's like, "Oh my God, whatever happened is about to happen." And what happens is they had ended up setting up an ecosystem.
Yeah.
And the underground glaciers of Mars, because apparently that's the
thing. It has some water under there.
So they were getting their water from that, and apparently there was a dormant virus.
That
infected people, and then it was transmitted through water. So one drop all that would need it to be to touch you.
See that.
And then one of them like gets it kind of like alien. You've seen Alien? Mm-hmm. It kind of aliens someone inside their brain, not like physically, but because they start to change the way they're talking. They quarantine this woman, and then they're like, she's fine, and then she keeps being like, what's that a picture of? And they're like, Earth. Look at all the water. We would love a place like that. And so their mission is to get to Earth. Are we good?
Yeah. I'm just looking to make sure we're on my notes here because I'm trying not to think about this horrifying thing. One last thing about Appalachiosaurus before I let you go. So it is a tyrannosaurian, which means it probably, maybe had 2 fingers, but we don't have its arms.
I have prejudice.
We don't have its arm fossils.
I'm prejudiced.
So there is a chance it had more because it's a less derived version compared to the later ones. And some of the earlier ones did have 3.
You know what's ironic though? I think in the last episode we recorded, I talked about how a T-Rex is a peaceful creature because it's always holding up a peace sign. It seems like the ones that have peace signs for fingers are the ones that eat meat.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, because
they need them.
Well, I learned recently that Edmontosaurus, which is a big duckbill, has just 1 hoof on the front. I don't like that either.
Isn't there another one you talked about? There was like one.
Yeah, Mononochosaurus. That's 1 claw.
Yeah, we might have done that one.
Yeah, we did do that one. Yeah, I did that one specifically because you were bothered by that. I like to troll you, I guess, with these.
Yes, you do.
I need to work on that. I do, but it's just that's
rude. I'll let you know if it actually bothers me.
Yeah, Tylosaurus is next. Yeah, the mosasaur.
I mean,
I've already done a Megalodon episode though, so you're good there.
That's the biggest fish.
That's the big fish shark. Yeah.
Whales.
Yeah, it ate whales.
Yeah.
There's also a whale that back then they ate whales. Leviathan.
I was just saying whales because of how scary it is.
Whales in themselves are.
But then you reminded me it ate whales.
Well, the Megalodon did eat whales. There were also whales back then that also ate whales.
Things should not be that big.
Yeah, no, it's a bit much.
Yeah,
Remember
you could say so.
The time I told you about the bloop.
Yes, but then you told me it was nothing to be worried about.
It is an iceberg or a continental thing, but people were like speculating though.
Yeah, people do that.
Anyways, Appalachiosaurus, I'm going to rate it like 40 million.
This one is underwhelming. I'm going to give it a 5.
I don't think I'm selling these creatures enough to you.
I'm going to give this one a 5.
What could it do to improve it for you? We just don't. It's
more fingers.
Okay, well, look, that's fair. That's your own bar.
2 is too weird.
Look, again, we don't know. We don't have its arm fossils.
We're just assuming. Then you know what, Matt? Go find them, and I will change my mind.
Here we go. I'm off. I'm off.
You left your pickaxe.
I don't want the pickaxe. I don't want to mess it up. That's actually.
I don't know. Don't you start at first with the pickaxe and then you move to excavation tools?
Among other things, is the number one reason why I don't actually want to be a paleontologist. I would mess it up, and also be in the hot sun, and there's no Taco Bell in sight.
Do you watch Arrested Development?
I've seen what you've shown me.
Oh, right. So one of the beginning ones, one of them is taking archaeology, and it flashes out, and everyone's like brushing this skull that's partially excavated, and he just takes his pickaxe and goes, and it goes right into the skull, and he's like, oh,
oops. So that's what I do. I'd mess it up.
It was like that when I got here.
Oh my god! There was a whole dinosaur called Irritator that it's called that because when they found it, some fossil poachers found it first, and they deliberately added stuff to the skull to make it look more scary to sell it at a higher value. And they had to meticulously take that off while making sure they didn't damage. Yep. So, yeah. Anyways, so 5 million from you, 33 million from me. Appalachiosaurus, it died. It fell onto the river and into the ocean, all for nothing, all for the disapproval of Lexi.
Yes.
You should have stayed. I mean,
but we are talking about you, so in your way, you win.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the only one that we know of so far. Like I said,
we're remembering you for how underwhelming you were.
It's trying so hard. It just hadn't lived in a bad part of the world.
Okay, I'll give it an 8. No, I give the last one an 8.
No, you can give whatever you want. It's dead. It doesn't care. It doesn't have feelings.
That's true.
So, it can't vote.
That's true.
So
anyway. It definitely would have been able to vote if it was alive.
Yes, that is true.
That's how we're losing the election.
That's how we're losing. All our pets are voting. That's how we're
winning the election.
Yeah, it's like we get all our pets to vote.
Yes.
My bird, unfortunately, is a diehard Trumper. Oh, I need to do something about that.
Yeah, you should.
I should get a new bird. Man. Anyways, that's it for this.
Try and reason with him or with her.
Yeah, exactly. That's it for this week. If you want to get a hold of the show, you can contact me at palebytespodcast@gmail.com, Palebytes Podcast on Blue Sky, and Palebytes Podcast on Instagram. Where can they find you? I'm Lexi on Instagram at Lexi Tate 44. Yes. And you can DM me if you want to learn about Dungeons and Dragons. Yes. And don't DM me about dinosaurs. DM Matt. I mean, you can, but I won't know the answer. Okay. I mean, you can like Lexi might like this dinosaur. You can send me that, and I could be like, I'll relay it over. That's to her. Great. Look at this 4 or 5 fingered T-Rex. No 2-finger, please. I like more than 2 fingers with my dinosaurs. All the tyrannosaurs gotta go. Then they or fins and don't be getting into ocean suggestions either. No, send me all the mosasaurs. No. Yeah, and also the pliosaurs. Leopardon. Remember when I showed you that? Leopardon. Remember when I showed you that cruel saying thing with the meat-eating dinosaur looking over the ocean and that big thing? Yes. I'm sorry, I shouldn't. I live right on the ocean now, pretty much. That's true, you do. Yeah, it's fine. I think about it when I go to the beach. I'm like, I'll get in knees deep at most. See, this is why. And think about all the monsters in the soup. See, this is why horror movies like Jaws or The Meg don't bother me, because it's pretty easy for me not to get in the ocean. See, but then don't you feel like you're missing out? No, because there's sharks. I feel like I am, but I only go in. Well, and that's the thing. You go up to the ocean, you go up to the beach, and then right underneath the shark, like it's like shark sightings, blah, blah. And underneath it, there's a first aid kit that's like. That's true. It's a bleed kit. But no, but I'm like, it feels very real because you go up and you're like, well, but see, like if I want to swim, a pool is better because also pool doesn't have sand. Yeah, but pools, I also think about what if there was a shark in the pool, even though I know there's not. There could, or I know, but like your mind when you're underwater. If you're in Florida, there could be an alligator in the pool. Or I think about maybe it's happened a few times. Or I think about that episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Oh. With if anyone is haunted, it's rated one of those scariest ones. There was a guy who was scared to go in the pool, and he gets in a life raft, and there's a pool monster, and I will show you a picture of it. Oh, I want to see this pool monster. I want to. This is for kids. Yes, I remember. It's Y7, and I want to get you.
I want to get your honest opinion about how scary this is as an adult.
I remember people being scared of the Morlocks in Wishbone, and I looked that up recently. I'm like, that's fine.
Oh, I'll have to look that up. Pool. I'm just going to type that in, and I'm sure it'll come up. Images. Oh, yeah. So tell me as an adult, how scary is this?
Okay, that's pretty scary. That's actually pretty scary.
This is for 7-year-olds.
Yeah, that looks like something in like Stranger Things or something. That looks like
dude. Vecna and that's in the pool trying to kill you.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That was for 7-year-olds.
See, when he first told me that, I was like, oh, is it gonna be like one of those Power Rangers monsters? No, that's
scary.
That's intense. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't go swimming at night ever if I saw that episode.
No.
Anyways.
Anyway, stay spooky out there. It's almost Christmas time.
I think this time this episode comes out, it's past Christmas.
It's a Happy New Year.
Yeah, well, hopefully. We'll do what we can. Anyways, that's it for this week. I'll say at the end of every episode of Paleobites. Oh, wait, I have a book series on Amazon, Megazog, available for print and Kindle. No Appalachiosaurus in it. I checked. I have a list of all the creatures that I have in my books just to make sure I know which ones are there.
That's good.
Yeah, it's on there. It's a lot. I can show it to you at some point. Anyways, that's it for this week. So at the end of every episode of Paleobites, don't go in the pool at night, I guess.
Don't go in the ocean.
Or ever. There's bad
Don't
stuff.
trust whales.
Whales are our friends.
No.
We need to find his son.
Don't. That's terrifying.
Don't you remember that from Finding Nemo?
It is.
The speaking whale?
Nope.
Ooh,
you're too good at it.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. If you want to further support the show, you should subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/MatthewDonald, where you can get ad-free episodes, and you can get the raw, unedited episodes, and every month you get bonus episodes where we talk about pop culture featuring prehistoric animals. We've talked about Jurassic Park. We've talked about the obscure strategy game Dino Island. We've talked about Friends. We've talked about Google Chrome. We've talked about Dinoverse. We've talked about Terra Nova. Who knows what we'll talk about? It's a mystery every time. So go and check it out at patreon.com/MatthewDonald. Thank you so much for listening, and have a good day. Chomp.